Overthinking, anxiety, fear. These are all struggles all of us face, all symptoms of trying to control things that you can't, like our past mistakes, uncertain futures, or other people's actions. This leads to significant waste of valuable time and effort into things that are out of our control or have already happened, and thus, it stretches into far areas of our personal life, increasing our stress, affecting our relationships, decreasing our productivity. You become overwhelmed by the events of the past. For a reference, take a look at this meme. I call it the perfect comeback meme. 99.99% of you will relate to this. If you didn't relate to this, you need to get into more arguments. That was a joke, but the main point is this. You related to this simple meme because there's a natural tendency for humans to think in this way. It actually relates to something called the hindsight bias. In simple terms, the hindsight bias is pretty much you thinking that you have a superpower, where you feel like you knew what was going to happen all along, even though you really didn't. It's overestimating your ability to predict outcomes or come up with better responses after the argument happened. So why do you get into the hindsight bias? It comes down to your thinking and the corresponding emotional state. When you're in the moment of the argument, your emotional state is under stress and pressure, clouding your thinking. When you're past the moment of the argument, your emotional state changes to a calm and reflective state where you can think clearly. The calm and reflective state allows you to create the perfect comeback because 1, you have more time to think, 2, you know the outcome, and 3, there is no pressure. Now that you fully understand the reasoning behind the perfect comeback, you're wondering why Progressful is showing me this relatable meme. I'm glad you asked. You need to stop thinking about the perfect comeback. Focus on controlling the controllables. There is absolutely no benefit in reliving the past over and over again, only to find that your brain goes to the most out-of-pocket, inconceivable outcome that has the same odds of winning the $2.09 billion Powerball, which, by the way, has the odds of 1 in 292.2 million. Have a look at this diagram. There are 3 categories of controlling the controllables. Starting with the outside are things you cannot control, like any what-ifs, the weather, past events. In the middle, there are things you can influence, such as being healthy through exercising and clean eating, relationships through how you interact with others, or even family through appropriate communication and support. In the middle, we have things that we can control, like your mindset, attitude, and effort. Now, everyone's circle of controllables are different, some smaller and larger than others. One fact remains true. You have full control over the circle of controllables. There will always be a realm of no control since life is so unpredictable, but that's what makes life fun. What you can do, however, is maximize your influence and control circles as much as you can in order to minimize the effect that things out of your control have. This is the focus. Stay in these realms. Don't even think about exploring this realm of the diagram. The more you focus your attention in what you can control, your circle of control amplifies and expands. To get into more detail, the circle of control can be divided into things that are important and things that are unimportant. I'm not going too in-depth into this for the sake of simplicity, but this is what you need to know. You want to control important things. You don't want to control unimportant things. Let's go back to the perfect comeback meme and relate it to the diagram. You can't control the outcome of the argument. The argument is over, and what's happened has happened. Instead, you can influence how you approach future arguments or conversations through calm and thoughtful communication. And you can control your future actions and reactions from what you have previously learned. Look at it this way. You can either go no way, go the same way, or go your own way. This card represents the world, and this is you. The worst way is going no way. This is taking no action and letting the world run past you, leaving you behind. Going the same way is where the majority of society gets stuck in. It's when you become complacent because life is just tolerable enough. It's easy doing this. That's why everyone enjoys it. It's going the same pace as the world, waiting for something to happen. Living in the past, but also living enough for the present. Then you have the best way, which is going your own way. Become that version of yourself. Become the person that looks at life differently, carves their own path, finds their own way, and is tired of living for others. Leave behind what the world is telling you to do and go your own way. Once you start controlling the controllables and stop controlling the uncontrollables, you'll start finding that going your own way becomes the best thing you'll ever do. And of course, it'll take time, but you know what you need to do and you'll do it. I believe in you. You believe in you. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. And subscribe to my newsletter if you want, and subscribe to my school community if you want. But I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you all have an amazing day.